In the previous video, I gave you an example. F of x equals this thing here, and then I showed you that you can break this complicated function up into smaller, simpler functions. So here we can have this buried inside here, and then later on bury the whole lot into this thing here, giving you giving you this whole thing here equals this whole thing here. My point in this video is that you can change the order of this, so it doesn't have you don't always have to put g into the h and then the h into the I. You can change the order around. So for example, if you put I here into the g here, it would look like this. Well, remember, if I goes into the g, then the g will be on the outside. So g I and then x here. Okay, so here we are putting this into here. So instead of giving us this whole thing here, it would give us something else. It would give us this. Well, if you're putting this into here, it would be 4 and then bracket 2x, close it off, minus 2. So here and then you would just tidy up. So this then becomes 8x minus 2. Okay, so this function here will then become this, as opposed to this. You see, in order for you to create this, you have to do it in this order. You've got to put the g of x into the h, and then put the combination of the two into the I, in order to create this. But if you change the order around, then you would get something else. Okay, so here if you were to put, let's say, h into the g, and then put the whole lot into the I, it will look weird. It will look totally different. So now we're going to put h into the g, okay, and then the whole lot into the I. So the I would be on the outside. So I bracket h, and then no, silly Billy me, sorry. We are putting h here into the g, so and then g into the I here. So the I and then g, yeah, and then h. Okay, so be careful there. Okay, so remember, it's this that goes into the g. So you can see here, it's this that goes into the g. Okay, and then the whole lot into the I. So now it's in the right order. Okay, so we've got to put this thing into here. Okay, so it's going to look quite complicated. It's going to look like 4, okay, and then bracket cosine of x. So we are putting this into here, okay, and then minus 2, and then let's try and tidy this up before we put it into the I. So this will become 4 cosine of x minus 2. Okay. Oh, so sorry. What we've done so far, we haven't put it into the I yet. So let's just take this I out. Okay. Hang on. Let's just take the I out. Okay. Now we're going to put it into the I. So now we're going to put the whole thing here into this I here. Okay. Into this I here. Well, we are going to put this into here now. Okay, so now it's going to become I, excuse me, I, G, and then H, and then close it off, close it off, close it off. So now we are putting this whole thing here into the I here. So it will be this. So it will be 2 bracket, and then this whole thing here, which is 4 cosine x minus 2, and then close it off. So now it's just a matter of tidying up. So this times this, that would be 8 cosine x, and then this times this here, that would be minus 4. You see, changing the order around, it will give you something else. So this here, yeah, so this whole thing here will give us this. But if you change the order around, this here will give us this thing here, or which is this thing here, same thing. Okay, so just bear in mind that changing the order around actually gives you something else. It gives you something totally different. Okay.